Hey everybody, this is D Hunter, bringing another action figure review. Today, we're going to look at the McFarlane DC Direct, the new Batman Adventures Riddler. This is part of the fourth wave of the new Batman Adventures figures. He's redesigned from Batman the Animated Series, and honestly, it looks significantly worse. I purchased this guy from the McFarlane toy store. He arrived today, so let's take a look at the package. As you can see at the top, McFarlane Toys, ages 12 plus, the Riddler. Based off his appearance in the new Batman Adventures. Here he is in the package. Looks like we have a Riddler cane, a bunch of alternate hands, a display stand, and an animation cell reproduction. One side of the package, the Riddler posed up. Other side, the Riddler. At the back, here he is from the show. And at the bottom, there's his barcode if it helps. So with no further ado, let's open him up. And of course, I did get two of these Riddler figures. One of which to open and enjoy, the other one to keep unopened in my complete Batman and related unopened action figure collection. And here's this Riddler figure, next to the original DC Direct version from almost 10 years ago. Looks like he has all the accessories the original one had. And I did get the entire bundle from McFarlane Toy Store. Between utilizing the bundle discount, the coupon code, my Platinum membership discount, I got all of these figures for significantly less than retail even after taxes and shipping. Alright, now that I have this figure out of the package, here he is with all the accessories laid out. He comes with a Riddler cane, 6 interchangeable hands, a display stand, and an animation cell reproduction. Before we load all that, let's talk about and check out the figure. So this is the Riddler. His real name is Edward Nygma. He's obsessed with leaving riddles and clues about his crimes. This is the revamped version from the new Batman Adventures, which is Season 4 Batman the Animated Series, and the animation budget was chopped significantly, so pretty much all the characters look substantially worse. And the Riddler is no exception. I think he looks way worse in the new Batman Adventures than Batman the Animated Series. And the figure is just so thin. Kind of reminds me of the 60s Riddler in some ways. Spandex outfit. Let's take a closer look. Now this is a re-release of a DC Direct figure from about 10 years ago. And he kind of reminds me of the Harley Quinn version of Riddler too. And neither one of those things are compliments. He's got the green hat with a purple stripe, dark around the eyes. It does look pretty accurate to the new Batman Adventures. Very thin arms and even thinner legs. Single jointed elbow, single jointed knees, big question mark on his chest. Very basic looking figure. And a closer look at his face and head sculpt. And then here's a figure, broken down as far as he can go, with all of his removable parts detached. Now let's check out his accessories. And let's start off with the boring stuff. Here's the animation cell reproduction. Is there anyone out there that actually gives a shit about these things? Because I don't think there is. I sure don't. Here's an image of the Riddler from the new Batman Adventures. On the back side, you see it says it's from Judgment Day, which it says is Season 2, Episode 9, which doesn't make any sense to me whatsoever. The new Batman Adventures is Season 4 Batman the Animated Series. And I guess they're sort of acting like the new Batman Adventures is Season 2, and then all of the Batman the Animated Series is Season 1. I don't know. It just doesn't really make sense. It's got a little sort of punch out here that you can pull out and display this like a picture frame. And here's his display stand. It comes in 3 separate pieces. When put together, it looks like this. And it shouldn't look like this. Bad quality control on the display stand. And I don't care about display stands at all, so it doesn't really bother me. But if you're going to include something like this, make sure it works. There's a clamp to hold your figure. And it is just too loose on the post. It literally just falls right down. Yeah, you might be able to get it to stand up there for a second, but it just slides down. What a terrible job. The new Batman Adventures. It has a clamp to hold your figure, but you don't really want it to hold his ankles. Now let's look at his hands. He has a total of 6 of them, 3 left hands and 3 right hands. Here he is with his first pair of hands. These are his fists. And here he is with his second pair of hands. This is a pair of gripping hands. And here's his final pair of hands. There's another pair of gripping hands with a much smaller grip. And here's his final accessory. This is a Riddler cane, shaped like a question mark. And it's done in black colors, kind of surprised it's not purple colors. I'm not saying it's wrong. I imagine it was black in the cartoon. It's got a little sort of curved top of the question mark here, and the little dot at the bottom. Here's a look at the Riddler. using and leaning on his Riddler cane. Now I want to check out the differences between McFarlane's re-release of the new Batman Adventures Riddler and the original DC Direct version. McFarlane on the left, DC Direct on the right, and they're 100% the same figure, same sculpt, same articulation, but the paint job is a little bit different. It's a lighter, almost neon green on the McFarlane release, and it's a little bit of a more traditional green on the original version. So let's take a closer look. I'll start with their heads. They're similar but different. I don't know, the eyes look a little bit different to me. The skin tone is a little bit darker on the original, a little bit lighter on McFarlane. Same with the outfit. The green is significantly lighter on the new one, and a little bit darker on the original. And I must say, I think I prefer the original one overall. Now that we've taken a pretty good look at the figure and his accessories, let's check out his height. From bottom to the top of his head, standing right about 6.1 inches tall, which can translate to around 15.5 centimeters. And for his articulation, starting with his head, of course, he can rotate side to side. He can look up, not much, but down at least a little bit. He can tilt his head from one side to the other. Shoulders, a ball joint, goes out this far, less than 90 degrees. Up, down, around. He's got a single jointed elbow, less than 90 degree bend with rotation. The wrist can rotate, and it's hinged as well. Torso is one solid piece, no waist swivel. Legs complete as splits. Ugly joints there, looks really bad like this. Then you go forward, disappointing amount. Back, more than it goes forward. That is ridiculous. Single jointed knee goes back less than 90 degrees again, no rotation, and his ankle forward and back, and that is it. Pretty disappointing in the articulation department. Here's the Riddler, standing in front of some puzzle pieces that say, "Riddle me this." Now let's check them out. Next to some other action figures, starting off with some other Riddler figures. Here's McFarlane's The New Batman Adventures Riddler, next to the DC Direct version. And I personally think the DC Direct version looks better. Typically when McFarlane re-releases these things, they have better quality plastic, but an inferior paint job, and this one is no exception. And here he is, next to McFarlane's Batman the Animated Series Riddler. Now I want to ask everyone out there, is there anybody that actually prefers the new Batman Adventures version of the Riddler to the Batman the Animated Series version? If anyone replies with yes, I'll be shocked. Drop me in the comments below, let me know which one you prefer. And here he is, with all the different McFarlane DC Multiverse Riddler figures. Then, with all of my DC Direct and DC Collectibles Riddler figures. And now, with all of my Mattel Riddler figures. And let's not forget McFarlane's Batman Classic TV Series Riddler figures. Next, with a couple of older Kenner Riddler figures. And here's a look at all the different Riddler figures in my collection. I have 28 of them so far, and I believe I have all of them in the 6 and 7 inch scale. If I'm missing any, please drop me a line in the comments below. The next Riddler figure that I'm going to get is going to be the Mafex Hush Riddler. Here's this Riddler, next to a Diamond Select Toys TV show Gotham Edward Nygma. And here he is, next to a couple of custom Edward Nygma and civilian attire figures. The one on the left is a 6 inch scale, the one on the right, 7 inch scale. Now let's check him out, next to some Riddler henchmen. Here he is with a couple of custom Arkham City style Riddler henchmen. And here he is with a bunch of McFarlane movie Riddler figures from The Batman. At the end of the film, there were a ton of people wearing these outfits, and it's not a traditional looking Riddler, so I think it works perfect for a Riddler henchman. Then, next to a few different AEW Trent figures, you may wonder, why do I use Trent as a Riddler henchman? Well, go ahead and look at the back of their jackets. Say no more. And finally, next to some Rey Mysterio figures. These guys all have question mark outfits. Now let's check them out. Next is some other DC Direct animated figures. Here he is next to the rest of his wave. This is the 4th wave of the new Batman Adventures figures, featuring Scarecrow, the Riddler, and a blue and gray Batman. And here he is next to the previous wave, the Creeper, Firefly, and Anti-Fire Batman. Then, with the wave before that, Catwoman, Nightwing, Bane, and the Joker. Next, with the first wave of the new Batman Adventures figures, Two-Face, Baby Doll, Killer Croc, Batman, and both versions of Batgirl. And now, with McFarlane's most recent Batman the Animated Series wave, Collective Build Maxi Zeus, and finally, with McFarlane's most recent Batman Beyond offerings, a couple of versions of Terry McGinnis, Old Man Bruce Wayne, and Ace the Bat Hound. Here's a look at all the Batman villains, Batman the Animated Series style. These are done with DC Direct. Gonna add Condiment King to this mix. And here's a look at all the different animated villains, the new Batman Adventure style. Different style, same universe. They all look fantastic next to each other. Now let's check them out, next to some action figures from different various companies, so we can see how he fits in both scale and style-wise, in case you want to know which lines you can mix him with. Since he's a DC Direct animated figure, they're typically the 6-inch scale. I'm going to start off my comparisons with some of these smaller action figure lines I collect, and work my larger. Here he is with some Jazzwares Fortnite figures, and some SH Figure Arts action figures. And now, with some Hasbro Marvel Legends and Mafex figures. Here he is next to a box of Waffle Cinnamon Toast Crunch. And here he is with some Mattel and Mezco DC figures. Then, with both some Jazzwares and Mattel wrestling figures. Next, with some NECA and DC Direct figures. And now, with some Diamond Select Toys and Jack specific wrestling figures. And finally, with some McFarlane DC Multiverse figures. So overall, it's an okay Riddler figure, based off a crappy design, and honestly, it's a crappy figure. He looks bad, the source material's bad, the figure's bad, his articulation is very limited, the accessories are very limited, sculpt and paint job are okay. If I were to rate this figure, first thoughts are 4 out of 10, but maybe I'm being a little bit overdramatic, so I'm going to bump it up to a 5. It is just not a very good Riddler figure, and it's not a very good Riddler design. Still, I'm happy to add him to the collection, as I collect all the Batman figures. I'm also disappointed that there's nothing significantly different between this and the previous release. Yes, the paint job on the green is a little bit different, but I think that's just sort of a factory, minute difference. So this is D Hunter. Thank you for watching this video. If you liked the video, press like below. If you have anything you want to save the video, add to the comment section. If you want to see additional action figure reviews from me, press subscribe. I do appreciate you do that. Once again, this is D Hunter. Thank you for watching this video, and I'll talk to you guys real soon.